Welcome back to the Garza Gaming Channel. Today we're going to talk about the 7.8 update that's coming out August 25th. Hey, what's coming out in this update and how is it going to affect us in Arena? I don't know, but we're about to find out. Let's get into it. We're going to do something different. I wanted to go ahead and do a video to pretty much talk about the big changes that are coming August 25th with the 7.8 bonus update for Smite and how it's going to affect Arena. So obviously we're going to get some skins, but one of the first big changes is going to be to the Ring of Hecate. Now, if you're one of those individuals that play a lot of the hunter gods or hunter mages, I should say, that are really depending on the ring build, like your Aqua, your Alderon or Oleron, Freya. This is actually going to be pretty significant because what they're doing is they're decreasing the speed and the lifesteal, well, the speed by 5 and the lifesteal by 5. Now, the lifesteal might not affect as much as that attack speed, right? Because a lot of these mages, they really don't have an escape. So they're really dependent on being able to lay down a lot of damage really fast. So 5% on attack speed could be significant. So just keep that in mind. Another big change is going to come with Typhon's Fang. Now, Typhon's Fangs, what they're doing is they're going to be decreasing the amount of healing obtained from magical lifesteal items or a total magical lifesteal brought from item by 10%. Now, 10% is huge, especially when we're talking about lifesteal. I personally don't use Typhoon's Fang too much. I think I used to use it in Anubis sometimes, and I use it in Freya. But yeah, I mean, 10% that's a lot, so keep that in mind. Now, this is one that's really that really upset me, and that was the Haste and Katana nerf. Now, as we all know, all these changes or any changes that are done in updates for Smite are pretty much based on conquest. I'm telling you that right now. Arena is an afterthought when it comes to these updates for the most part. And Haste and Katana in Arena is huge because, as we know, Arena is a confined space. So you got 5 enemy gods, in this small square box. So it makes it very difficult for assassins sometimes to get in there and do the damage they need and get out because those gods or the enemy gods are so close to each other that it's very easy for them to chain stuns, to chain CC, chains, AoE. So a lot of the times our assassins are able to get in there and maybe get the kill, but getting out is the tricky part because as soon as you go in there and get that first kill, it seems like all heck breaks loose and the enemy just collapses on you, right? So Haste and Katana was a very awesome tool for an assassin, especially an assassin that didn't have a very good escape, for the simple fact that they can do like run-by or drive-bys, right? And the passive on this item, what it does is it allows you to actually go do damage but not suffer the movement penalty from using your basic attack. So you actually were able to run full speed, use your basic attack to chase people down or to run straight sideways and just keep on running before anybody even knew you were there, right? Now, the problem with that is Haste and Katana, while the passive was awesome, it didn't have a lot of attack power. But what made up for the lack of attack power was the fact that you got more movement speed and more attack speed. So that made it a very awesome item, crucial item for my builds for assassins, my Arachne, my Fenrir, my Loki. So yeah, so what they're going to end up doing is they're decreasing the attack speed by 5 and then decreasing the movement speed by 3, which is significant. I mean, that's going to be a hard hit. Will I still continue to use it? I don't know. I'm going to have to do some testing to see how bad this is going to be, especially the movement speed, man. I'm telling you, the movement speed is gold for an assassin. I mean, especially in Arena. I mean, Conquest, Joust, I can't speak to, but in Arena, it's so important to be able to get in there, do your damage, do your kill, and get out of there without getting, beat down. Okay, so the next big update, and is one that I'm embracing with open arms because I am so tired of this guy already, and that's the Tsukuyomi's nerf. We knew it was coming, man. We knew that Nerf Bat was just swinging, and they're about to start beating people with it, and it's here. So let's get into it. So the first nerf is going to come from the Dark Moon Shuriken. So what they did is they decreased the scaling of it from the decreased physical power scaling from 90 to 80%. So a 10% decrease. That's significant. Like I said, 10% of anything is a lot. Especially when you start talking about arena. So we're going to see how that works out because it was a little bit OP, I think. And then this Kursigama, whatever the heck it's called. Okay, so that's, I believe this is going to be that little chain thing that he does that's annoying as anything. So what they ended up doing is they decreased the damage on the first 2 hits from 35 on level 1 to 30, from 60 to 55. So pretty much they decreased it by 5 across the board on all levels on that. For the first 2 hits. 5 on the first 2 hits, that's not much. Okay, so then they decreased the final damage on this one. It seems by 10 across the board. So you got like 5. So what is it? Hits you for 3 times, I guess. So we're looking about 20 damage less. So when you add that up, that is significant. 20 is a good chunk of change. Now the disarm, what they did is they ended up decreasing it, by 1 on the, by pretty much 0.5, or was it? Yeah, 0.5, half a second. They decrease the disarm by half a second. Is that going to be significant? I don't think so. But, it is what it is. I mean, sometimes maybe that half a second can make the difference between life or death. But realistically, I don't think that's going to impact them that much. Now, a second thing that they nerfed on this god is the Silver Moon. Now, the Silver Moon, they decreased the damage on this at the full rate, at the full level by 10. To tell you the truth, I had no issue with the damage on this attack. I mean, I barely felt it. The issue I had on this attack is when you walk through those freaking spikes, it seemed like the debuff lasted forever. The slow lasted forever. So I figured that's what they're going to maybe, decrease the duration of that slow. But no, I guess they just did the damage on that. So, it is what it is. But here comes the big one that's going to get everybody crying. The Piercing Moonlight got nerfed and got hit pretty hard, I think. So and they needed it. And I mean, anybody that's played against this god, especially as a mage, knows how deadly this ult is. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. But I mean, the only thing, like one of our players or one of our subscribers put in our Discord, and we found, and now they're making it public, I guess, is that if you actually hit your Aegis before he hit you with that laser, that he wouldn't be able to do that rush to you and do that extra damage. So that's pretty much the only defense you had when you hear him, like, that tune-up sound. Or if he's already shooting lasers at somebody else, if you hit your Aegis before he hit you with it, you were pretty much safe. So what they ended up doing is they decreased the dash damage from level 1 by 15 points, level 2 by 10, level 3 by 15 points, level 4 by 20, and level 5 by, 10, 25. So significant, 25 at the end. 25 is a good amount of points. 5 early, yeah, it is what it is. That's not that much. Okay, so what they did end up doing too is they updated the description to properly describe that he has to do damage with his laser. Pretty much what we found out is that he actually has to do damage with his laser in order for him to be able to dash to you and do that second damage. So if you pop Aegis before he hits you, then you're good to go. He shouldn't be able to do the dash to you. And then what they ended up doing, and this is something I didn't even know about this god, is the fact that they fixed an issue where the description didn't say that if he killed you with his ult, when he hit you with that first laser, that both of his ranged attacks came off cooldown. And he had him, he was able to use them as soon as he killed that god with that first laser. I did not know that. That's pretty OP, man. So now they're making it known, so everybody knows that. Now, I finished recording this video, but I wanted to come back to the Piercing Moonlight on this, because I don't know if I'm understanding the last nerf on this character. Now, it says that they fixed an issue where the description didn't state that killing an enemy immediately granted Tsukuyomi both of his ranged attacks. I don't know, they're talking about that, how his, his shuriken and his, little whirly thing gave you those 2 ranged attacks, or if it's saying that even if you kill the first god, that you can still, it doesn't stop your ult. It still it grants you the 2 ranged attacks from other gods. I don't know. Like I said, I really haven't played this character, but I just wanted to clarify that. The way I'm understanding it is that both of his shurikens, ranged shuriken, you can use both of his shurikens ranged. That's the way I'm understanding reading it. I could be totally wrong, and it could just simply be saying that just because you kill the first god with the laser doesn't mean that you won't be able to still, shoot other people with lasers or, shoot through them. So I just wanted to put that out there because I'm sure my comments was about to get blown up. And if you understand this better than me, please put it in the comments down below. Again, I haven't played this character much, so hey, any feedback that you have is most welcome. So Alderaan. I'm not much of an Alderaan player, but we do have subs that love Alderaan, and this is it looks pretty significant actually. What they ended up doing is they decreased the bonus of his Alderaan's critical strikes from 60% to 50%. Now, when he's talking in critical strikes, a 50% decrease is pretty significant. How that's going to result in his end damage, I don't know. But hey, I guess we're going to see. But yeah, I can see a lot of Alderaan players not being very happy with that buff, or nerf, I should say. Excuse me. So Freya. So Freya also got a decrease in her slow. Early game, Freya had that 25% slow, which was freaking annoying as anything. Like I said, I'm not a Freya main, but I do play her every now and then. The first time I played Freya was actually for the video that we did on her, and she was very enjoyable. So every now and then, I play her in casual, and having that 25% slow, was huge. So what they ended up doing is they chopped it up by levels. So at level 1, she gets a 15%, level 2, 17.5, level 3 at 20, level 4 at 22.5, and then at the max level, level 5, then that's when they're going to give you that full 25%. It's not, I don't think it's going to do much for her. I mean, it's not going to affect you really. That's easy to adjust to, so that's not too big. Now, Bakasura, they ended up taking 1% from his unstable hunger, from his attack speed stack, and his movement speed stack. Now, when you're talking about 1%, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking about 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks, and I don't know what the max stacks is on this guy, but it adds up, right? So that could be pretty significant. And then they went ahead and then on his regurgitate, which I believe is this alt, they decreased the slow from 4 seconds to 3 seconds. Now, 1 second, as you've seen in many of my videos, can be the difference between life or death. So reducing that slow from 4 seconds to 3 seconds could be significant. But I guess we'll see what happens with that. And then we move on to one of the nerfs that really agitated me, because you guys know I love Arachne. Arachne is one of those gods that I didn't play for years, and then when I started researching for our Arachne video, our subscribers wanted us to do one, so I started researching for her and played her for the first time. And I tell you what, I was kicking myself for not playing her earlier, because she's so much fun, man. She's one of my favorite assassins. But one of the cool things I liked about her is that, Venomous Bite, having that bleed, that dot, it's almost like a warlock in World of Warcraft, to be able to just set it and forget it, do the damage, and then as they're running away, just watching them die slowly. I love that. But what they end up doing is they're going to decrease the damage on the per tick of this bite. It looks like it starts picking up at stage 2, at level 2. At level 1 is still 10. Level 2 is going to drop the damage from 20 to 18. Level 3, 30 to 26. Level 4, 40 to 34. Level 5, 50 to 42. So 8, right? So you're thinking, 8 damage doesn't sound like much. But you got to remember that we're talking per tick. So in the total decreased damage from this one bite, at level 1 stays the same, 110 points of damage with his bite. This is base damage, not taking into account any physical item damage that gets stacked on top of that, right? So level 1, the base stays at 110. Level 2 went from 195 to 183, which is pretty significant. Level 3 went from 280 to 256, which is pretty significant. Level 4, 365 to 329, which is angering. This is just ridiculous. But the main one went from 450 to 402. So they almost took away 50 points of damage from this attack. What? Really? I mean, it's bad enough, that assassins already have the world against them when it comes to Arena. But this is one of those situations where I tell you, man, all these changes are with Conquest in mind, not Arena. As we know, assassins have it the hardest out of any god in Smite when it comes to Arena, because they have to rely on their quick ability to kill fast and get the heck out of their movement fast, right? So a quick attack speed and movement speed is significant, or is just crucial for assassins. And to be able to go in, just do that bite, hit a couple times, and then run because you know that your dot's going to get them, was actually is pretty cool. And that's why I love about Arachne. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Okay, Persephone. I have not played Persephone yet. I think I played her like once or twice when she first came out. I know Nightwing was working on her and was supposed to be giving me a video here soon to post. But what they ended up doing for Persephone is they decreased her magical power scaling of from 75 to 65. 10% when we're talking scaling and damage is huge. Again, I don't know how hard it's going to feel, because I haven't played her, so I wouldn't be able to know. And the first time I play her is going to be, with this pretty much with this change already in place, so I will have nothing to judge on. Maybe Nightwing could probably give us more insight, or if you're a main, you may later on put it in the comments, after this update goes live, to see if you felt it any. But I think that 10% is going to be significant. Okay, so then we have a decrease harvest slow from 10% to 20%. Again, 10% is a lot, especially when we're talking about a slow. The difference between a 30% slow and a 20% slow is significant, is a lot. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, especially when we're talking about, other guys like losing movement speed on their items, like the Haste and katana. So now they took away, movement speed on Haste and katana, and then they decreased the slow on this. So if you were trying to work alongside a Persephone and capitalizing on her slows as an assassin, now your job is that much harder now. So keep that in mind. Amaterasu, her heavy reflection got nerfed. They decreased the damage on this, starting at level 2 by 5, level 3 by 10, level 4 by, looks like 15, and level 5 by 20. They decreased the full, so what this ended up doing is, in talking at the big scheme of things, as you know, it's going to be like multiple stacking, with the base damage and item damage, or item increased damage from your item attack power. But in the big scheme of things, the full damage on this got changed in the way of, at level 1 is still going to do 140 base damage. At level 2 is going to do 10 less base damage. Level 3 is going to end up doing 20 less base damage. And level 4 is going to end up doing, 30 less base damage. And at level 5 is going to end up doing, where we got 20, 40 less damage. So 40 could be significant. 40 is a good chunk of change, but not so much where, it's going to cripple Amaterasu by any means. I mean, she's pretty OP as it is, especially with her ult, so she should be fine. Cthulhu. Okay, this is one that they needed to nerf. It's ridiculous. His descent into madness ended up getting reduced by 2 seconds across the board. So that is good, because I'm telling you that it seems like it lasted forever, man. I'm telling you. I mean, I was always wondering, hey, man, how long is this thing going to go? Like half a minute? So, a lot of Cthulhu mains are probably going to really feel that. And then it's going to be a little bit more fair to other people, that are playing, because, man, that, for him to be up there and, how fast he moves, it seems like anyway, when he's in that, I can never outrun him or outrun his damage anyway. So that's going to work out in the favor of everybody else other than the Cthulhu players. So I welcome that change for sure. And then the final big nerf that's coming with this update is the Yemoja, and her bouncing bubble, which is pretty much one of her main damage dealers, right? Or main attack. And what they're doing is they're going to decrease the damage at level 1 by 10, level 2 by 10, level 3. So pretty much 10 across the board. But you got to keep in mind, and then they're going to reduce the slow duration of getting hit by that bubble by almost half a second, 0.4 of a second, right? But you got to keep in mind that's from all the bubbles, not just the initial hit. All the bubbles are getting nerfed. So this is for both. The changes apply to all the hits of this ability in this first, second, the first bounce, second bounce, and the corresponding little bubbles that star cluster off that. So that nerf goes into all of those. So that could be a pretty heavy nerf on her. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the updates that are coming on the 25th of August for the 7.8 bonus update. Yeah, me personally, I'm not happy about the Haste katana, not happy about the Arachne, but I welcome that that new assassin. But what's his name? Tsukuyomi. What the hell is this guy's name? He gets on my nerves. I'm so sick of this guy in Arena. Oh man, let's see what this. Yeah, Tsukuyomi. Yeah. Tsukuyomi. So tired of the dude, man. And I welcome the Cthulhu, so we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So, what do you guys think about this new 7.0 update? 7.8 bonus update. Put in the comments down below. Again, not happy about the Arachne, not happy about his katana, but you know what we can do, man. Take these with a grain of salt. Yeah, it's gonna suck, but in the big scheme of things, all these updates are done because of Conquest, not Arena. It's just that we're gonna feel the ripple effects from these changes, and we're just gonna have to just adjust and keep on keeping on, right? Again, so for all of you that are new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on those notifications. We always attempt to put out videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but sometimes we throw out videos throughout the week, so we always tell people keep your notifications turned on so you get notified when we do. And additionally, we're also a high-res affiliate, so if you're looking to buy anything from the Smite store anytime soon as a PC player, we have our affiliate links in the bottom of our description of all of our videos, where you use our link to actually go into the Smite store and do whatever purchase you're already planning on doing. We actually get a small cut of that profit from that purchase from high-res at no additional cost to you. So it pretty much goes out of high-res pocket into our pocket, and it's not much, but it goes to supporting the channel. And additionally, if you're looking to upgrade any of your gaming gear, your mice, keyboard, monitors, your recording gear, we also have links to the GC Gaming Gear store where you can see what our team games with and actually records with, and if you follow our Amazon affiliate links and purchase something, we actually get a small cut of the profit from Amazon and no additional charge to you. So you're already planning to do it, making a purchase, and you just happen to want to support the channel, use our links. Hey, thank you. And then finally, if you're a console player, right, and you're buying gaming cards, we actually have gaming cards in our GC Gaming Gear store, where if you use the links to purchase your cards, we get a small percentage of that profit also. So it goes a long way to helping the channel. So please keep us in mind. I don't like doing stuff like Patreon and stuff like that. Not that there's nothing wrong with it, but I personally don't like asking subscribers for anything. But if you're already doing something and you out of the goodness of your heart you want to support the channel and you're already going to make the purchase anyway, hey, feel free to use our links. Again, it doesn't cost you anything, but it goes a long way to helping us out. So with that, again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Oh, and before I go any further, I can't finish without telling you this: our merch store is up and going. So if you're one of those people that are emailing me asking me about the shirts or mugs or a couple other things we probably have coming in the future, yes, we finally have our GGC Gaming Gear shirts in our merch store on our website, and the link is in the description of our videos, or you can go to our website, www.garzagaming.com. Right now for shirts, there's about a week delay because of this COVID stuff in the United States, and then in Europe I think there's like a 4 or 5 day delay, so it takes that much longer than normal to receive them. But yeah, if that's what you want, we have them in our store. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I'm Darkgarza, your OG on the GGC. See you next time.